Welcome back, everyone, to Piney Plays the Brawler, where we have arrived into Dunland in the Bone Vales, where I expect that we are going to find some new challenges here. We do have the epic quest.
We
Aye,
have crossed over into the Bone Vales.
we need to know what the situation of this valley may be and what threats could endanger this leg of our quest. Blithen here tells of a tale of mysterious happenings. You should hear him out and do as he says. We will need allies in our land. Once you have aided Blithen and his friends, we can meet up again in the hidden valley to the south. It will be the perfect location for which we can scout the twisted ways of the Bone Vales. Alright. And what does he need?
Many foul things dwell in the shadows. I fear wolves will be the least of our troubles.
You are a Devoniot here. You do not belong here any more than I do. Among the vales and cairns of the Bone Vales, a clan has long dwelt. This clan is called the Daivlig, accursed in the Westron, are oath breakers and were driven into the Bone Vales as punishment. Recently, strange occurrences and evil rumblings have been heard from the cairns that have long laid dormant. Will you search for signs that might explain what is happening here? Journey west from here and see what you can find. When you have found the signs I seek, you should find my friend Karen and deliver the evidence to him. I last saw him heading west through the valley, so I need to examine some disturbed earth and examine some remains, and then go to him. And on the epic quest, it's usually just say, do what you can here and come back to me later. Actually, let's get a warm up here to see how things are going. Hello? Quack, 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 quack. Alright. Slayer of the Dead. And I have a feeling we're going to be slaying quite a number of the dead in our trip through the Bone Vales. The name just gives me that feeling. I don't know why. Apparently, I found the sword here. And it says, the sword bears a striking similarity to those used by the Davelig wield. You should bring it to one of the Blethun at his encampment. Alright, I will do that later. But first, I think... Oh, he's still nearby. I might as well bring it to him before I get out and do anything else. What do you say about the sword? I fear this bodes ill for us, Devoniad. It appears as if there were some among the Devling who would have complicit in raising the whites from their graves. We should warn our allies amongst the cairns about the foul betrayal. Whee! I suppose that means the quests here are no longer on level. I'm going to have to probably skip quickly through on the epic story on some of the other regions here, just so that I don't get too far ahead of the mobs here. Unfortunately, I decided to run this on VIP weekend, and VIP weekend, that means getting the XP bonus here. So that's going to be a little bit of a problem, at least from the point of view of staying on level with the mobs. I suppose I should have maybe used an XP disabler? Well, a bit late for that now until I get to the next area. I found all 3 earthbounds. Now what about the remains? That's never a good sign. Alright, now let's find Charon. There he is.
Greetings. Will you remain here long?
It appears that we have another Devonian in our lands. In these troubled times, sadly, outsiders seem to be the people who are most willing to give aid. If you must know, it appears as if the honored dead are being twisted and are now stirring from their cairns. Well, that's never good.
Hear me out, Devoniad, for I have a tale to tell.
Recently, a large army was gathered within the Bone Vales, poised to attack the All-Grey clans of Enedwite. However, Urath, a great Brennan among the clans, summoned the warriors south to Wolf's Cleft to ready an attack against the accursed Strawheads. Following the withdrawal of the forces, Freyhir, Brennan of the Divlig, began attacking all those who would assist outsiders like yourself. My band was scattered throughout the valley. Will you seek out those who survived the attacks and assist them if possible? Travel east and look amongst the rocks and hills for the companions. When you have found them, return to Blethyn and let him know that we are safe. Alright, so someone is trying to attack anyone who is willing to help the Grey Company. I wonder who may be interested in doing that. Well, I mean, what a coincidence that is probably serving the causes of Saruman all that well. A note. A mysterious note. This hastily scribbled note reads, "For those who remain, I wish you the best. For the past months and days there have been grim portents of what is to come. Shadows are falling all around us, and we fear what may come. The care stirred for the first time in this place." I'll take that to Blethyn as I am going around.
The Oak Gwyrod requires us to give welcome to Devoniad.
Karen sent you to me. I do not understand what has happened. Will you please let any of my companions that you come across know that I escaped the Divlig's attack unscathed? Thank you. I will inform of... Oh, there you are. I was wondering, who's attacking me? Who darest to attack me? Alright, there you go. And you'd like to persist. Fine. 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 Do as you will. Die as you will. And let's get to the next place. Oh. Hey! I said to the next place! Alright, there you go. There, I could punch you together. A nice, one big, happy skeletal family. Now, let's get on our way. Ilunid.
Evil things stir in the night.
Karen sent you? Then we shall speak. We had a peaceful arrangement with the Divlig at one time. We would bring them goods, and they would allow us to pass unimpeded northwards. Ever since the warriors marched to Wolf's Cleft, the Divlig had become increasingly hostile to those they saw as Devoniad, outsiders. They attacked our band, and we were taken unawares. Only a small number of us survived. Alright, well, let's get back to the camp. I spoke with your companions. I am glad to hear that some of our band survived the Divlig's brutal attack. I swear that the treachery of the Divlig shall not go unpunished. Well then, let's see what we've got here then. It's... Oh, heavy armor, remember. Heavy armor, but I think I like what I got better. And I also found this note. I'm relieved to hear that more survived the attack than I first thought, but I fear that this is what is to become of this place. And now, see a bit of breathing room.
The old woman of the mountain says we should not trust Devoniad.
Yeah, like you're gonna believe her. Defeat Divlig Dunderlings, alright.
Many foul things dwell in the shadows. I fear wolves will be the least of our troubles.
Destroyed standards?
The old woman of the mountain says we should not trust Vodiad.
Alright, note to self, do not trust the old woman in the mountain. And just saying. Now let's... Excuse me. Apparently, I am being rudely attacked. Goodbye. Here is the Dievlig camp. Let's start burning standards. Good. Another standard, I guess. So I need to collect sigils, burn standards, and defeat their... Hey, you. I'm here to defeat you. Well, just... There you go. Yes, thank you for finally letting me punch them. Oh, oopsie daisy. Hey. Oh, really? Did I ask for your interference? I didn't think so. Okay, that's 2 sigils at least. And 4 Dunlendings. Oh, up the hill. Because we have to find Saul also. Saul? Saul? However you pronounce that. I don't know. Let's just do that. Alright, good. Now what do we have here? Oh yes! More standards. I have killed them and I've also collected a few sigils. The defeat of the Divlig on the hill will show their brethren that we will not go quietly. And I sent them a message. Now that these standards have been destroyed and their captains defeated, the Divlig will know that we are not to be trifled with. Oh, and what do we want here? Probably the heavy armor. Still a downgrade from what I currently have, unfortunately. And I routed them. You have done me a great service. You're welcome. Ah, and he has more. And what more is there to do? Allies and enemies.
Many foul things dwell in the shadows.
The
white wolves will be the least of our troubles.
The whites of them and the movements of the Divling pose and grow a great threat to the clans of Dunland. Several of our allies are located at Echad Naglak, the camp north, right? And resting place.
The old woman of the mountain says we
examine
should not
care
trust
entrances.
Vodiad. Many foul things dwell in the shadows. I fear wolves will be the least of our troubles.
Oh, and he wants me to kill whites in the Bone Vales. Imagine finding any of those. Where could I possibly find whites in the Bone Vales with a name like that? Yeah. There you go. I am just hitting air, aren't I? Well, it looks like I am getting some hits in there. All right. It looks like the killing whites here is the easy bit. It's going to be, well, I guess going to the Cairn entrances, but I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. I seem to be just ripping through these here quickly enough. I think we're getting near the first of the Cairn entrances. There we go. It's examined. Not much information there yet, but there you go. And your turn. Ah. Now, where were we? Ah, is this the second one? Second disturbed entrance. Okay. 2 down. Oh, yes, I still need to kill a few more of these, I think. Actually, I might have already reached my quota there. Alright, just one more entrance then. Ah, here it is. Right over here. Number 3. Now, let's see. How about we get back to the encampment? I checked out the cairns. When the whites first emerged from their graves, I had hoped someone had simply crept into the cairns and removed their bodies. However, it appears as if these cairns were disturbed from the inside. I fear what this might mean for those interred. Not good. And I killed a few whites, of course. Oh, what do we get from this? Nothing really useful. That's what we get. Oh well. Now, let's head over to the ranger camp. I believe this is the entrance to the ranger camp, right up here. You found the entrance to a hidden valley. There we go. There's also a stable master here.
Greetings to you.
Greetings, and it connects to Harndirian. Alright, I guess that's good to hear. And I presume also
How can I be of service?
Galtrip. Okay, that'll be a good place to eventually be able to use as a point, I guess. This will also be a nice milestone for the moment. Now, let's speak with Prestideer.
The people of the Bone Vales could be valuable allies against the dangers in the south.
This will be a good place for us to launch our exploration of the Bone Vales. We should help the people here. Yes, they constantly say this, so I'm probably not going to do everything here simply because
The people of the Bone Vales are in need of our help.
yes, I'm sure they are. But I don't want to level too fast here. And we have this guy here. Only a few hours ago, Echad Nachak was attacked by the Dave League. These foul vermin took my friends captive, but I was able to fight them off in the end. Well, I suppose that's some consolation. What do we got here? A tin bracelet. Actually, that's not too bad. Well then, what shall we do next? I decided to finish this episode off with a mission here where I'm supposed to find some lost treasure here that apparently was stolen by these Angmarim. Let's see what we can do to them. They seem to be no more resilient than those skeletons are that we were fighting before. Get rid of you and get rid of you. There you go. Now down here. Down here. Just get through each of these. Oh yes. It's been a while since I've done Elder Slade missions. So I try to remember. Alright, how does this one go? Oh yes, this is the one where you just fight your way through the various mobs and you open up the next section. You just, yes, there is the treasure right over there. So it looks like a quick one there, and the last of them. Alright. It looks like we can get through a pair of these at a time without any real trouble. And I found the treasure that was stolen. I think that was straightforward enough, right? That's right, Elder Slade missions don't have a chest unless you're level cap. Great work! With the treasure recovered, let's return and report your success. Yay! And And we will say that's the end of this episode. And I'll see you next time, where I hope to be in Galtrev and see if we can do some quests over there. Because there's an instance there that I want to see how challenging it will be for our Pine Punch in the next episode of Piney Plays the Brawler.